Test. You hear me all right? Yo, 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 what up, man? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. That's right, Bar Talking with the Super Fans. We shall now with the crew. Who do we have in today's edition? As always, we have our fearless host, Danny BMD. And me, of course, your amateur hype man, super fan art. We talk with a lot of sports. We'll be doing it. South Texas style. Without further ado, take it away, Dan. Hockey. Uh, Thank you, Dan. No, I can explain. I got a technician looking at some cable issues. Don't worry, I'm going to be here this whole time. So I'm going to be wearing a mask just for a little bit of this episode. But don't worry, I got my beer here. I can easily just pop it under here, this mask, and there we go. I know it's good to be here on this Thursday evening. Uh, it's definitely a lot of sports going on. I know it's going to be a little less stressful for me, per se. One, the Longhorns, Texas Longhorns, they do get a bye week, which is good. They really needed a bye week. Uh, our Dallas Cowboys, they need a bit of rest after that crazy overtime. Was it over? No, that crazy game against the Patriots. Excuse me. It definitely felt like it was a 4-hour game. Um, so yeah, a lot of my energy is going to be focused on a very pivotal potential closer with them Houston Astros tomorrow when they host Boston Red Sox. Could be a closer, knocking on wood. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of sports going on right now. Another pivotal game in baseball, Dodgers Braves. I think that series is still favoring the Braves, but the Dodgers are doing their best to kind of stave off elimination of their own. But other than that, I we have got a lot to discuss. Some basketball, it's back. There's some storylines to talk about. Spurs, amongst other teams, there are Spurs. Uh, just a very exciting time. The, I know you're in the merchandise where we got all of our major sports already convert. It's the convergence, Danny. All the major sports are lining up in the same month. Yeah, I think this Sunday, you could probably have all of them. Well, maybe not baseball. That's tricky because if there's a series closers, uh, uh, the only way there could be a baseball game Sunday would be if this current Dodgers Braves games gets pushed to the limit. That would be Game Seven Sunday. As of now, the odds of that are pretty slim, though it could happen. Uh, if If not this Sunday, it could potentially be the following Sunday, which would be the game five of the World Series. The World Series is almost upon us, everybody. Um, and so that would be next Sunday. That would be like a game five situation in a World Series format. So that could be the game of the great convergence that I said. All the major sports line up. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Doing great. Glad to be here. How have you been, man? Oh, well, convenient. And you have to spell sports with like a different spelling. There you go. The disease or the future. Awesome. I don't know about you. I think like as any good meal, you got to start with an appetizer. So I think a good NHL, some talk about the things going around the ice rinks. That would be a good little appetizer to start out the night. Okay, so going to the NHL, there's a few games to watch currently this evening. You got the Hurricanes and the Canadians, Sharks Senators, Avalanche and the Panthers, Capitals Devils, the Islanders Blue Jackets, Flames Red Wings. You got the Rangers and the Predators. You got the Anaheim Ducks and the Jets, the Canucks and the Blackhawks. I think that's a good game. And the Oilers and the Coyotes. Uh, Currently, I mean, I'm not gonna say the standings because we're barely like in the first week of hockey, whatever, or second week of excuse me. Um, I don't know how the Stars are doing, the Dallas Stars, um, but yeah, they're not playing today, so I really could care less about all these games. I'm just joking. Uh, and I don't know if any networks, major networks, might have picked up a game or two. I know ESPN is trying to incorporate a little bit more hockey. Like after like a decade long hiatus, ESPN is starting to air more hockey. Uh, Maybe I guess when there's some more downtime, like on the weekends or weekdays, they'll probably air some more hockey games. Just a few injury reports to make note of. New Jersey Devils center Jack Hughes was placed on an injured reserve Thursday with a dislocated left shoulder and is out indefinitely. The Devils, the Devils said Hughes will not need surgery after MRI confirmed no additional damage to his shoulder. The former number one overall draft pick has begun physical therapy. Will be evaluated again next week when his team expects to determine the timetable more or less for his return. So good luck to Mr. Hughes. The Jersey Devils, badass name by the way, influenced by the infamous Jersey Devil. Was it the urban legend? Definitely one to check out. Uh, since we're kind of approaching Halloween, and I'm back. That's why. As I got guests, you know, I can't be like just flapping my gums here. I gotta mute myself every once in a while. Okay, continuing with the NHL injury report. The Edmonton Oilers placed goalie Mike Smith on their injured reserve Wednesday because of a lower body injury. Oilers recalled goalie Stuart Skinner from Bakersfield Condors, badass mascot Condors, from the American Hockey League. I guess it's kind of like their D League version. Uh, Now going back to Mike Smith, who was 39, was hurt in the second period of Edmonton's 6-5 home victory over the Anaheim Ducks on Tuesday evening. Placed on the net by Mikko Koskinen. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Uh, so, speedy recovery to Mike Smith. Oilers need you. Next up, you have the St. Louis Blues winger, Pavel Buchnevich. He is suspended for 2 games for headbutting Arizona Coyotes forward Lawson Krause. Buchnevich was thrown out Monday night late in the first period for the headbutt. He'll miss the Blues' upcoming games at the Vegas Golden Knights, which is this Wednesday. I think it was yesterday, and a home game against the Los Angeles on Saturday. The suspension cost Buchnevich about 141 point, well, not 100, 101, $141,463 because he's a repeat offender. He was suspended 1 game for a high sticking last season while with the New York Rangers. So repeat offender, they're just like, not having it. If you can't behave, you're gonna have to take it out of your paycheck, sir. So, I mean, being physical in hockey is, goes hand in hand. It's like football. You gotta be physical, but I mean, come on, a headbutt, like, use your fists. Everyone loves to see a good fist fight in hockey, right? So at least if you're gonna fight, play fair. So that's all I had to say for my NHL talk or my NHL rambling. Uh, well, I'll leave it up to you, Dan. You want to go the route of the diamond talk with baseball, or go around the court with the hardwood action going on with our NBA teams? You choose. Excellent. I like it. Okay. The NBA. We got a couple of games going on today, and I'll give a little bit of a recap of what happened yesterday. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. So some games to watch that were going on today. You have the Mavericks at the Hawks. That was currently earlier this evening. You got the Bucks at the Heat. I think that's probably one of the better games of the evening. Currently, I think that's going on now. Don't know what network. And you got the Clippers at the Warriors. Pretty good nightcap. Some notable games that happened yesterday. Celtics in overtime, they were able to beat their rivals New York Knicks 134 to 138. Oh no, backwards. The Knicks is what won. I think even Derrick Rose had the game winner in OT. They won 138 to 134. It's because of the way I typed it out on my notes. It's like in reverse. This I don't. The Sixers, Ben Simmons, who they didn't need him. Yep. They won 117 against a Zion William-less Pelicans, so they need him. uh, a game that's more near and dear to us. Spurs able to win 123 against the Orlando Magic. They got only just 97. The Jazz beat the. Calm down, bro. Jazz beat the Thunder 107-86. The McNuggets were able to last the Heat. Well, not the Heat. They were able to withstand the Suns 110-98. A game that was low-key entertaining. The star John Morant leading his Grizzlies 132 to the Cavaliers 121. Hornets with that LaMelo Ball and his crazy like highlighter yellow like suit that he wore pregame and after game. They won 123 to 122 against the Pacers. The Rockets looking to rebuild, but not doing good in game one. complimentary star. Uh, they got all this kind of free publicity by fast food restaurants that have nuggets. That's that's a good basketball team too. Anyway, we'll dissect a little bit more of these games shortly. Just to wrap it up, Timberwolves won against the Rockets 124-106. The Washington Wizards had a close one against the Raptors 98-83. And the new and improved Bulls, let's see, so I can't tell if they won. I forgot to put what the score was because they played. I think the Pistons lost. They were without Kate Cunningham, who got injured in one of the preseason games. So the Bulls, I believe they won 94. I just don't know what the Pistons score is. Righto. So just some three storylines that I want to get your opinion on. Obviously, the one that everyone was talking about basketball wise was the Ben Simmons saga takes another turn. So it says the All Star guard Ben Simmons left the team's practice facility on Thursday without working out and is expected to meet with organizational leadership on Friday morning again to discuss his murky playing status, as per some sources. So Simmons, he described a little bit of discomfort in his back to one of the Sixers staff on Thursday morning. He underwent like a little brief treatment before the medical staff declared him to work out, only to only for him to leave without doing any on the court activity. Uh, Simmons' own agent, Rich Paul, who is part of like he has a lot of big name. Uh, he's he's pretty much got LeBron and Anthony Davis in his pocket. Anyway, yeah, somebody YouTube. Nice. Okay, so Simmons' agent, Rich Paul, the Rich Paul, he told the Sixers officials that Simmons isn't mentally prepared to play yet. Uh, Now, that's a message Simmons could relay personally himself on Friday when he's expected to meet with some more of the senior staff officials. Uh, this before Friday morning's like shoot around. I guess leading up to the Sixers Brooklyn Nets game that will be currently aired on ESPN. I think this Friday. So it's interesting, man. I mean, he was cleared to work out by one of their staff, but maybe like somebody whispered in Simmons' ear, like, you know, you don't have to do it. Like, you could just not fake the injury, but you don't need to aggravate yourself anymore with senseless workouts. That's what I'm thinking. So this continues to not paint a pretty picture. His draft stock is going down a bit. What do you think? Does this hurt or hurt Simmons's prospects of finding a suitor to try to get him in the trade? That's all good, girl. Does it make him look bad or like what your opinion on him? Yeah. Yes, but with basketball being a limited roster, there's hundreds and hundreds of college athletes each year vying for a spot on any roster. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like you got to maintain to be physically this the whole career of a basketball player ideally is around the age of 20 and then to your mid 30s. It's a very short time frame to make as much money as you can, take care of your body, and Simmons right now he's wasting time by playing the diva here. Same, I mean, to a certain extent, Kyrie too. But right now, Simmons is not painting himself a pretty picture. He's turning off any other prospective teams that might be interested. With all this, you know, it's I would say playing chicken. He's playing chicken with Philadelphia. Uh, so it's not a very pretty situation. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll dig into a little bit more of the Spurs shortly. I just got one other storyline. But going back to the Simmons deal, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Uh, yeah, they were all in, man. Like we got Westbrook, Harden, and Chris Paul. They went all in. They just want to get something in return. That's all. No, uh, he's definitely not. There's a yeah, yep, definitely. Uh, well, now aside from the Simmons saga, another headline that I saw was the Lakers, this new and improved old man Lakers roster. They had their first L of the season already, dropping in their season opener. So opening night in Hollywood, it went well for 3 quarters for the Lakers, especially with the superstars LeBron and Anthony Davis facing the likes of Steph Curry and Golden State Warriors. But it was a flop for their new supporting cast, including Los Angeles native and former league MVP Russell Westbrook. Uh, Real quick, Steph Curry, who was a two-time MVP. He had 21 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists for his Warriors, who were able to rally from 10 points down in order to stun the Lakers 121 to 114. That was the season opener Tuesday night. So Lakers went cold in the fourth. They surrendered the lead halfway through the period. Now, LeBron, he had 34 and 11 rebounds. Davis, he had 33 and 11 rebounds. But no other Lakers were able to score in double figures. Westbrook, he had a team worst plus minus of negative 23 in 35 minutes, which pretty much means when he was on the floor, uh, the the Warriors actually scored 23 uh, within that 35-minute span. He finished with just 8 points on 4 for 13 shooting and 4 turnovers. Now, it's the season opener. He's getting used to a new system. I think they even mentioned that even LeBron and Anthony Davis themselves have both lost in their season openers for the Lakers. They, kind of give him a little bit of encouragement post game. Yeah, Westbrook answered some questions, but he kept it brief. I think he just wanted to, dig this loss, bury it, and prepare for the next game. So, any thoughts, Danny, you might have? I mean, Westbrook, I know he's one of them that for so many years with the Thunder, jumped ship, tried to get one in Houston, didn't work. But he's been jumping ship all over. Now he's with all them old men in at La La Land, and he's he needs to get a little bit of that confidence back. I think is what he needs.
Yeah, I think and I think what happens is when you go and it's like a new team, right? I think I don't think the Lakers are gonna win at all. I don't think why they're I don't know understand why they're favorites at all either. I guess they're like I think it's because they're like the best of the best talent available. I guess. Um, it, it's just there's one person that's undefeated. Who?
Father
Father.
time.
Always, and it's just no matter, dude. And I was just listening actually about it where I talking to someone about it where like it's like one of those where like if you have a really nice car, say you have a really nice car, right?
Yeah.
You take care of it, never breaks down, nothing like that. And then you pay it off, or not even you pay it off, but just like you take it for a while and then whatever. The first time it breaks down for real, what happens after that? It starts breaking down more. Why? It's just wear and tear. It's finally Father Time is defeating, you know, the vehicle. It's just that's just what happens to an engine unless you put another engine or whatever, right? Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. But that's football. That's NBA players as well. You have your players where it's just after you get hurt, like LeBron, like he didn't get hurt until once the first time he got hurt. He was just like it, everyone was like, oh, was going crazy about it or whatever. But it's at the end of the day, I mean, they actually that year they actually ended up not even making the playoffs and stuff like that. That was their first year as a Laker. But it did actually like it kind of helped him kind of, I guess, not promote his brand, but just kind of bring more people on, if you will. I think that I don't know. That the Lakers are a little bit more. Uh, like I said, I think they're gonna surprise us as they get into the playoffs. I don't like I said. I think they're only gonna win one series. I don't see them winning a second one. I understand LeBron and the talent and stuff like that, but dude, it's because it's a young man's game, dude. These guys, I was telling you, like these guys are super athletic. Like I was watching the highlights, like from the game one, like I mean, it is just game one or whatever. It doesn't really, like, oh, it doesn't really matter, but it does. Like they're still human. They still feel like crap when they lose. So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be very very interesting to kind of you know it just kind of pay attention to how essentially like how not only how the Lakers gonna play throughout the season, how they're used, and who plays what role. Because I mean, yeah, like Westbrook. Oh, oh, dang! Whoa, what's going on? What are we doing, Art? What are we doing, Art?
Hold on, I can hear you.
Uh, uh oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay. Test.
Yeah, what? Okay, can you get off the other screen? I was like, yeah, you completely destroyed everything. All right. Oh, you're good. Okay. All right. Technical difficulties. We got it. 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 No, yeah, you're good. You actually sound really good. All right, bro. So but yeah, so that's what I don't know. That's what I think. That's gonna I don't think that I don't know. We'll see what happens throughout the really like the as the playoffs get a little bit near. Um, I don't think that. I think it's gonna be. I think halfway season around the All Star season. That's around the All Star game. That's when we're really gonna know where the whole really who's gonna be in the playoffs and stuff like that. Since the power really is really balanced right now. But we'll figure that out and see how where we are with that. All right. Talk to me. What else?
All right. The last thing I had to talk about basketball wise is our very own San Antonio Spurs. Um, so what's up? Well, San Antonio coach Greg Popovich is loosening things up on the court after years of structure, and it resulted in another successful home opener for the Spurs. Their
Oh.
own Devin Vassell scored about 19 points. Lonnie Walker added 17. And the Spurs continue their success on opening night by dominating the Magic 123-97 Wednesday night. So San Antonio is 23-2 in season openers under Coach Pop. But Spurs guard Derek White said this season is, quote, a little different than the teams in the past, unquote. So White, who was the second longest tenured Spur player at 5 seasons, said the team's young players are comfortable playing freely rather than running everything through a certain player. The Orlando Magic's Mo Bamba, he had about 18 points, and their own Terrence Ross added 15 for the Magic, which they trailed as many as like 20 points. San Antonio finished with about 32 assists and had 7 players score in double figures. Every Spurs starter scored. Oh, every Spurs starter scored in double figures, with White adding 16 points. Yeah, Jakob Pertl adding 12 and 13 rebounds. Now going back to Vassell and Walker, they provided a needed boost to the scoring off the bench. With the team, after the team lost some of the reserves like Patty Mills and Rudy Gay, the free agency during the offseason. San Antonio, they scored about 21% of their points off of fast breaks, outscoring Orlando 26-6 in that aspect. Spurs, they first forced about 16 turnovers, while only giving up just about 8.
What's going on?
No, we're good. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, there we go. Always switch. So, just a little bit of facts going on. Popovich entering his 26th season. He's the league's other franchises. Okay, sorry. Popovich, it's his 26th season.
Oh, yeah.
The other leagues with other franchises, all of those have gone through about 291 head coaches themselves.
God damn.
So every franchise has had at least 3 coaches during Popovich's tenure with the Spurs. San Antonio's only season opening losses from the Phoenix when that was in 2008, and the Thunder back in 2015. Now the Spurs draft pick Trey Jones, he made his season debut after missing the entire preseason. Was it Primo? No. Trey Jones made his season debut after missing the entire preseason with a sprained left ankle.
Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't play the whole preseason. Primo played.
That's what I'm saying. Spurs rookie guard Josh Primo played the final 5 minutes of the game, making him the youngest player who attended college to play in the NBA. Primo, who turns 19 on December 24th, he received a thunderous ovation when he entered the game. Next up, Spurs going to travel to Denver on Friday, and then on Saturday, primetime Saturday, they'll be hosting the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. It's going to be a hot ticket. That's all I've got to say for Spurs talk. What do you think, man? How are you liking the Spurs so far?
Dude, I think, and Juan's going to hate me because he loves to hate on the Spurs. He loves the Spurs. He loves to hate. He loves the Spurs, but he loves to hit on the Spurs too. Whatever, Yeah. Exactly. So, but anyways, I think that I'm really excited to just kind of see the future. See Vassell. I think he's gonna be a very, I think it's like we're all trying to compare, right, the old to the greats and stuff like that, or the new to the greats or to the previous stars. But really, they have like their own kind of aspect to them. I really like Vassell's kind of swag, kind of like attitude. I feel like he's kind of like, not I don't think he's like really Ginobili. He's kind of like Bruce Bowen, where it's just like kind of like like tough, but like hustle and stuff like that. Obviously, he's a bit more of a scorer, and he's a lanky guy. So I'm pretty excited for him. Trey Jones is gonna be, I think it's gonna be a better version, essentially, of Corey Joseph. You remember Corey Joseph?
I remember.
Yeah, guy. I think he's gonna be like a really like a better version of him. I mean, not like I said, not to compare them, but it's gonna be a really good point guard. I think it's gonna be, especially if we do any types of maybe not right now, but maybe in the future, any types of championship run. I think people like Trey Jones would be like super crucial. The fact that, like saying, we lost Patty Mills, we lost Rudy Gay, and yeah, it's just 2 or whatever. It doesn't feel like a lot, but it really is a lot. I mean, these kids are like young, they haven't really been through like the whole like stress of like a playoff game or something like that. But I think it's the Spurs are gonna be in a good place. There's not one guy that they can go to, which is fine. I guess if they could all score, honestly, I just want them to all score, and I really don't want for them to cut Lonnie Walker. But I feel like it's coming to that. It's just game one, but I don't know. Just Lonnie needs to, like, I don't know. I hope the Spurs don't trade him for some dumb stuff. But I can see a Jonathan Simmons type of situation. Where the Kings offer him a crazy amount of money or whatever, and the Spurs will never be able to match it,
Nope.
So I don't know. I know he really wants to be here. I feel like he does. But business. So I hope they all kind of figure it out, and they could just this year specifically they take it for growth, where everyone take the shot, get confident and be aggressive, be nasty, get nasty, I want some nasty, Pop said it himself. So if I don't think we'll make a great playoff push, but for next year, if we get maybe a star or two, I think so. Where it's like, God damn, look at those Spurs, damn dude, they're pretty good. They're not old anymore. And no, dude, they're not. What did you say? 26 points for what is it?
What?
No, what is it? Breakout points.
Oh, the fast break.
Fast break points.
Yeah, something like that.
Like 26, something like that. Yeah. So it's what that means, because the Spurs normally aren't like that. So what that means is they're just more athletic. I mean, that's what it is. They're playing defense and they're just more athletic. So I'm excited. Or it's gonna be a while. We just need to be patient, but we'll be fine. I'm just
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, exactly. Give it a couple of years before we can truly contend, especially with all that messiness in LA, and we don't know what's gonna happen with the Warriors in a couple of years, stuff like that. So everyone's already, there's a transition period. Who knows who's gonna be next? I mean, I feel like it's gonna be Giannis. Did you see Giannis shooting the ball? What the? God damn.
Oh.
He shot 3. Clean, pretty good. It's pretty clean. I was like, okay. God damn. But yeah, so that's for me.
Okay, he's trying to expand his repertoire into 3-point shooting, I guess.
Yeah, or just a shooter in general. Just start learning how to just shoot. All right. Anything else?
Basketball wise, that's most of what I had to say. Like I said, there's some good games going on this evening. The Bucks and the Heat, it could be a potential, Eastern Conference Finals action, maybe. And the Warriors and the Clippers, even though the Clippers, aren't at full strength, it's good to see the Clippers get beat down on.
No lie.
But no, that's all I have to see basketball wise. Go Spurs.
Go Spurs. Go. All right, guys. I get super excited. All right. Let's go ahead and. You want to do Diamond Talk? Oh.
Yep.
Oh, watch out.
Yeah, let's talk about some Diamond Talk going on.
All right, let me put you with your Diamond Talk tones, Oh, there you go. That's all you, bro.
Nice. So yes, they are pretty much in the home stretch of the MLB postseason. The World Series, is scheduled to begin as of this Tuesday. So, damn, the game 1 gonna be during our show probably, our Tuesday show.
Oh yeah.
we still don't know who's gonna be in it though. But it was a crazy couple of games. I know right now, currently, the Dodgers are trying to stave off elimination versus the Braves. I don't know what inning we're at, but currently Atlanta, they have the series lead, 3-1. But the Dodgers, they're fighting. I think earlier today in the game, there was a solo home run and there was a 2-run home run. So the Bats are putting in some work for LA, trying to push this to a potential game 6, which would be Saturday evening. Our Astros, after dropping 2 straight losses, they end up posting some very impressive two wins of their own. Coincidentally, both of those wins, they scored 9 points and 9 runs in each of those games. On Tuesday, it was 9-2. Yesterday, it was 9-1. So, just a little bit of insight into some of those games, recaps, if you will. So, yesterday, the Astros, their bullpen was pretty depleted. They've been having a little bit of issues trying to get the right pitchers in. I guess the Red Sox just been on fire. Their hitting has been on fire. But we had an answer yesterday in the form of pitcher Framber Valdez. He actually went 8 innings. He helped beat the Red Sox 9-1. Helped us get the lead 3-2 in the ALCS. He was perfect for 4 innings. And then the Houston left-hander Valdez, he took a 2-hit shutout in the 7th and became the first pitcher this postseason to complete 8 innings, leading the Astros over Boston 9-1 on Wednesday for that lead I mentioned. His performance gave Houston, who like I said, they have a very taxed bullpen, a much needed break after some of their relievers, the relief pitchers combined, for 29 in the 3rd innings through some of the first 4 games. Pretty much when the hitting would be like on fire for Boston, boom, next pitcher up. So they were like switching pitchers like nonstop. So to have a guy, play more than like 4 innings, let alone 8 innings, like that was a godsend. Definitely what they needed yesterday. So on a day after the Astros scored 7 runs to break a 9-inning tie, and that was actually when we were on our Tuesday show, and they were going crazy. Like they were down 2-0 or 2-1, and they scored like 7 runs in that inning alone while we were on the air. So that was Tuesday. So the day after that, awesome performance. They were able to hang around some other crazy video game numbers out there in Fenway Park. Pretty much they handled their business against Boston's pitcher Chris Sale while scoring 5 runs in the 6th. Now Alvarez, what's the first thing? Alvarez, who homered in the 2nd and singled in the 4th. He had a 2-run double to break things open. Alvarez also had 3 hits and 3 RBIs for Houston, which they could potentially clinch a 2nd trip to the World Series within this past 3 years with a victory at home tomorrow night. The Red Sox, they need to win to force a deciding 7th game. That would be on Saturday. So just looking ahead to that game 6 tomorrow. Houston's looking to start their rookie Luis Garcia against the Boston in game 6. Says their manager Dusty Baker. He mentioned that earlier this afternoon. Now Garcia, who was 24, he did lead game 2 of this series on Saturday, this past Saturday, with a little bit of a right knee discomfort. 1 batter into his 2nd inning, and he has only pitched 3 2/3 inning this postseason due to that injury and a little bit of ineffectiveness. He's given up 10 runs on 7 hits and 6 walks. Now the other pitcher, or one of our pitchers in the bullpen, Jake Odorizzi, would be available for a bit of a long relief Friday if needed. Now Odorizzi himself threw 82 pitches in 4 innings back in game 2 after taking over following that brief injury that Garcia had sustained. Houston is still without their ace, Lance McCullers Jr., for the series because of that flexor pronator muscle strain in his right arm. Manager Dusty Baker said Thursday that McCullers still hasn't resumed throwing, so it's still unclear if he would even be available to return to the Astros if they were to, somehow advance to the World Series. Hopefully he can, man. He was a pretty solid guy in Game 1. He was a big help in that series we had with the White Sox not too long ago. So hopefully they can handle their business tomorrow, the Astros. That way they can enjoy the rest of the weekend to prepare, rest for that Game 1 that I mentioned was going to be on Tuesday of the World Series. Now looking on the other side, how things are going in the National League, or the NLCS rather. Dodgers Braves. There's a pretty exciting game. I mean, the two teams are pretty much evenly matched. They got stars on both sides, but the hitting been pretty impressive for the Braves. The Braves were able to blast about 4 homers. They beat the Dodgers yesterday 9-2. They advanced to a 3-1 lead in that series. One of their unsung heroes, who is definitely becoming a household name, is Eddie Rosario. So the Atlanta Braves are just one win away themselves from their first World Series appearance since 1999. So all they need to do to put away the defending champ Dodgers is win that one game. Eddie Rosario, he homered twice in his second 4-game hit. His second 4-hit game of this championship series, and 6 Atlanta pitchers combined on a 4-hitter, giving the Braves about a 9-2 victory. That happened yesterday evening to take that lead in the best-of-7 series. Now, Rosario, he became the first player to have 2 4-hit games in the league championship series. He drove in 4 runs, scored 3 while continuing his excellent postseason of hitting. He finished a double short of the cycle. For those of you who aren't familiar with baseball terms, a cycle is the accomplishment of when one batter, he hits a single, he hits a double, he hits a triple, and a home run, all within the same game. He was just a double shy of reaching that mark. Very rare accomplishment. But now he's been definitely on fire for the Braves. Definitely one of their secret weapons. Well, not a secret no more. The cycles rare. So, aside from that, Rosario, other Braves players that got in the mix, Adam Duvall and Freddie Freeman also homered for the Braves. Bounced right back from blowing a late lead in that agonizing loss they had Tuesday to end their 10-game skid at Dodger Stadium. So Game 5, which is currently going on right now, being in Los Angeles. Now, last year, the Dodgers, they also trailed 0-2 and were third against Atlanta in the NLCS before coming back to win 3 straight games at a neutral site like in Arlington. I guess because COVID at the time didn't really allow a lot of travel, so they decided on neutral sites. So the Dodgers will need to jumpstart their offense to have a shot at another NLCS comeback. They were struggling a bit. Their first 5 hitters, Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, NL batting champion Trey Turner, Will Smith, not the actor, and Gavin Lux were just a combined 0 of 17 in Game 4. Los Angeles didn't get a hit until the 5th inning and was limited to just one hit, 1 run, I guess, for the whole rest of the way. Los Angeles, which had won 18 of 19 at home, going back to the regular season, has won 6 consecutive postseason elimination games dating back to last year. So Game 6, I guess, Max Fried, Dodgers bullpen. All right. So I don't know what the current score is because cable's a little bit down at the moment. But it could be, it could be, yeah, be a closer. If I mean, I want to say that LA's ahead at the moment. I don't know if you're gonna check the score, but yeah, they could potentially end it. The Braves could close it out, but I don't think the Dodgers are gonna go quietly. From what I saw earlier, the hitting and momentum did seem to be more on the Dodgers side. Uh, so I mean, I know we got our Atlanta Braves fans, we got the Phenomenal One and Coach Dosko out there. I'm pretty sure watching this game attentively.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, I hope the Dodgers can force that Saturday Game 6. It's been a very entertaining series. Uh, and I think that guy Rosario for the Braves, he was like a late acquisition. They barely got him like in July, and the dude's just been like on fire all postseason. So definitely like I don't want to say a diamond in the rough, but uh, very what's the term when
A
you
lot of
get?
potential.
I mean, he definitely got a lot of potential. I'm saying there's like steel. I don't know what they traded to get him, but like they definitely benefited from that trade because dude's been like one probably going to be their postseason MVP if they continue on.
Oh, dang. Nice.
So yeah, that's most of what I had to talk about around the diamond talk. And like I said, when we return on Tuesday, we'll already know who wins. Both of these two championship games, and we'll know the matchup of the World Series because it'll probably be on air when we're on air.
Yeah, exactly. So, um, most of the time, and sometimes like during even when we're like at work and stuff. So that it's kind of, uh, but I mean we can't really control that. But we'll see. Especially with like all those was it rainouts and stuff like that. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
So, but
I mean,
go ahead.
definitely, Houston fans out there, if you go to the game or tailgate, like definitely show your support. That way, and the Astros could close it in front of their home crowd and lead them to another trip to the World Series.
Nice, yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely see how it turns out. While we, yeah, like I said, while we're actually gonna be live, we'll see, give some live updates. Later on after it not finishes, but whatever you guys know what I mean. So, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and do you wanna anything else for Diamond Talk? All right, my bad. I caught you like mid drink, mid sip.
That's all right. No, I don't have anything else to say, Diamond Talk.
All right, so
Just watching for the score of this Dodgers game.
yeah, so check out the Dodgers game. Definitely, it's gonna be pretty interesting for you guys to kind of check out. We'll go right into what some football.
Nice. College?
Let's do some college ball. So let's see.
Are you putting on music or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some music. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's put some college music. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Nice. All right. I don't know what is going on over here, but
Nice. It's all right. It's a crazy Thursday. Yeah, college ball. We already had a couple of games already.
all right.
We had a game yesterday. It was actually an upset. The only game of the Wednesday evening. You had Appalachian State upsetting number 14 Coastal Carolina. That was 30-27. Didn't watch it. Didn't even know there was a game. I was preoccupied with both those baseball games. But we got an upset. So 14, boom, get out of here. A lot of people didn't even believe Coastal
Dang.
Carolina should have been in it.
Dang. I mean, that's just damn. That sucks. When was that? Was that like today?
It was Wednesday. It was yesterday.
Oh yes, yesterday. Because I know it's like we had, sometimes it was those random games during the week. You're like, wow, is this live? Is it a replay? No, it's live.
Yeah, I probably didn't even think it was aired on any network. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, it's an upset. That means they're out, probably out of the top 25. They had their moment in the sun for all these weeks.
There we
The
go.
Coastal Carolina, they'll make way for the new class. Yeah, that was yesterday. Currently today, we had another team, one of our own Texas teams, SMU, currently ranked 21. They were hosting Tulane University. Um, I'm not sure what the score is at the moment. I know at the half, SMU was leading 37-7. I'm pretty sure they got it in the bag. The SMU, I think they're undefeated, quietly under the radar, man. Do
Dang.
could they be a dark horse? Oh, is
Oh.
SMU? I think they're like the Mavericks or something like that. But yeah, good for them. Glad to see a Texas-based team, highly ranked. So just a couple of games slated for the weekend. Saturday, you have number 2 Cincinnati at Navy, number 3 Oklahoma at Kansas. Not really expecting an upset there.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
Northwestern at number 6 Michigan, 16 Wake Forest at Army, Wisconsin at number 25 Purdue. I hope it's an upset. Number 8 Oklahoma State at Iowa State. Rooting for them Cyclones. You got the number 10 Oregon Duckies playing at the UCLA Bruins. LSU at number 12 Ole Miss. Clemson at number 23 Pittsburgh. Tennessee gonna get slaughtered at number 4 Alabama. It's crazy. See them number 4. It's always been number 1 Alabama. But it's good to see a Nick Saban team get knocked down a few notches. A game that's near and dear to you. Number 24 UTSA at Louisiana Tech, hoping for that win streak to continue on in this historic season. Number 5 Ohio State at Indiana. USC at number 13 Notre Dame. South Carolina at 17 Texas A&M Aggies. And 18 NC State at Miami U Hurricanes. There's definitely a lot more games than that, but I think these are the more notable ones to mention. Oh, excuse me. So just dissecting. Oh yeah, well the Longhorns, they're on a bye week. I mentioned that earlier. A much needed bye week. They need to reevaluate themselves and definitely get composed after losing 2 in a row against Oklahoma teams, though, not to mention. I digress. So, Wisconsin at Purdue. That's 3 p.m. On the Big Ten Network, if you have it. Purdue coach Jeff Brom. He has 1 goal in reshaping the defensive staff last winter. The defensive makeover is fueling Purdue, which sits at 4-2 after last week's 24-7 road upset of number 2 Iowa. That's pretty good. The Boilers, they're actually the Boilermakers, but the Boilers. Oh, hold on.
All right. Let me jump to me. All right. Well, I'm gonna talk about UTSA real quick. So, UTSA again. They real quick. So UTSA is joining the AAC.
Yes.
So they're joining the American Athletic Conference. They are gonna actually they're gonna join with Charlotte, Florida Atlantic, North Texas, Rice, and UAB. Um, and 6 other universities are actually gonna join as well. You talking about continuing, we're talking about the American, one of the American the team members is actually SMU themselves. So
Yes.
yeah, so the American the AAC, they're gonna compete on a 14 team league in football and men's basketball until the sport to get their conference champion. They are gonna start on let's see. So
I
just
think
like
at the earliest they could maybe join in the 23-24 season. Um, the AAC, as you say, uh, they're trying to replace Cincinnati, UCF, and Houston, who currently accepted the bid to join the Big 12 last month.
yeah.
In the Big 12, well, they lost OU and Texas, so just everybody's just flipping over to new conferences now. But no, good stuff. UTSA. I mean, Rice is in there, but UTSA, good shit. Uh, oh, it's actually 10 o'clock. Sorry, it's a little bit. It's been a very weird Thursday, but yeah, it's 10. So we're officially Mezzo Forte Sportz after dark.
After dawn. There
That's
we go.
right.
There we go.
We're after dark. We're unedited, unrated, uncut, unsolicited, unmarketed, and totally semi-hammered. Nah, I'm playing. But we're drinking. We're drinking. We're cussing. I've been sipping on some nice Sam Adamses over all this time.
There you go.
Real quick, you mentioned on anything or sipping anything alcoholic over there?
Yeah, so for me, I am actually doing just a Red Bull. So Red Bull, please sponsor me. It's actually the Red Bull. So yeah, please sponsor me, Red Bull. So that's my drink for the night. And yeah, so but other than that, I'm just drinking water. I don't have my manzanita sol, dude. I ran out. I need to go get some more. Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry, that was my bad.
No, it's all good. I mean, too much of a good thing can be bad sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, but whatever.
Or you don't want to get like too tired of it.
Yeah, that's true.
For special occasions.
Yeah, I get a little. Yeah, get a little, get a little crazy with it, with other experimentation. It's actually that's true because I started drinking the red one, the watermelon one. I actually didn't like Red Bull at all. I actually don't really like Red Bull. I just like the blue one, but then I drank too much of the blue one and I got tired of it. So I needed to explore around. I don't like any of them until the red one came out, and now I like the red one. Now I just switched between the red and the blue. So
Nice.
pretty good.
And speaking of switching, I'm gonna switch to back to my computer.
All right.
Ready for this?
Sure.
Leave
Let's
the
do it.
phone.
All right, guys. We're gonna stand by. Stand by with some music. Go for it. Nice. There we go.
Sorry for the delay. That's a technician currently walking around, so I had to disconnected the internet. So that's why I had to switch to the phone for a brief time. Now I'm back. Normal.
Yeah. So So in this case, so that's what essentially.
You're sipping on some Gatorade.
You say some.
Red Bull. Excuse me.
Some Red Bull. Some watermelon Red Bull. So now I switch them around. I still do drink Amp. If you guys, like that.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
I got a little story about Amp.
Oh, I like to say it.
Okay, Amp is like it's an energy drink, not one of the more well-known ones, but it's an energy drink. Would you say?
Yeah.
I don't know which company.
And Mountain Dew.
Okay, same company as Mountain Dew, I think. when I was in college years back in Austin, there was a Burger King on the street of Guadalupe. The Burger King's not there anymore. So sad. But it was a place I would frequent sometimes for like a dinner or like a lunch if I was kind of in that area. And I was surprised. One of their fountain drink options was an Amp Energy. So,
Oh
oh my
wow.
God, that's awesome. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get the smallest cup. And I'm gonna refill that mother like 7 times, just nonstop drinking them and drinking them. Like as a college kid, and this free energy drink as a fountain drink option, that is it's it's Providence right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So that was a little sweet. So yeah, when you said the word amp, that just triggered happy memories. Thank you for that, Dan.
Well, I hope that I'm glad that that did trigger some happy memories in there for you. But yeah, so I guess we'll get right into what do you want to do?
Just to
yeah,
kind of
sorry,
reiterate
sorry.
what you were talking about earlier with the whole merger. Just recap.
Yeah, go for
Florida,
it.
Florida Atlantic, Charlotte, North Texas, UTSA, Rice, UAB are set to join the American Athletic Conference. Jesus, they could have picked a sexier name, like a bit of a tongue twister. American Athletic Conference. They have all accepted their invites. They're going to be joining. All the paperwork, whatever. They're getting the ball rolling. As earliest, maybe some of these schools could be in there as of 2023, 24. Depends on, if they need to pay out their old conferences. I don't know how many, like almost close to 10 mil you got to pay out. But these schools, they're going to join some of the American holdovers. So the current old guard that's still there, East Carolina, Memphis, Navy, and football only. South Florida, SMU, Temple, Tulane, Tulsa, and Wichita State. Now, Wichita State, they currently don't compete in football, but they are pretty badass in basketball, I'll tell you that. They've always made it into them Sweet 16, not Sweet 16s, but made it pretty far in them NCAA basketball tournaments. Who knows? Maybe this can be a catalyst for Wichita State to try to get their own football program. But I digress. These additions will give the American Athletic Conference, AAC, 4 members, of which are from the state of Texas, which is badass because the league offices recently relocated to Dallas, the Dallas area, after being headquartered in Providence, Rhode Island. Fucking way far over there. So the 6 schools are all leaving the Conference USA, leaving it with just 8 members. Damn. Even after leaving, there's still 8 schools that are left behind. Well, guess what? The Sun Belt has said it is interested in expanding beyond its current 10 football members. And some of those Conference USA's remaining 8 schools would be perfect geographic fits. So I think Conference USA is, they're starting to be dissolved, man. Dissolved for parts. Anyway, so the future of football is looking pretty crazy now with all these conference shifts. But UTSA, they deserve it, man. Definitely. Hopefully they're already proven themselves worthy in the USA conference, or Conference USA, excuse me. Hopefully they can be dominant in their new conference. I could see it. UTSA and SMU could be new rivalry going on, in-state rivalry. Fuck Rice.
Yeah, no lie. And
I'll tug you for that.
yeah, and also Texas State. I mean, Texas State has been there forever and never did anything.
Yeah, true that.
So it's like, one of those things.
You got it. I could stay a little bit longer and dissect a little bit more of those sexier games. I think what most people like is the Wisconsin Purdue game, Oklahoma State, Iowa State. You see, Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy has done an outstanding job of playing to his team's strengths, with a running back, Jalen Warren, powering the Cowboys and one of the country's best defenses, shutting down opponents, keeping them keeping them in the games. Iowa State, them Cyclones. Meanwhile, they got off to a disappointing start, going 2-2, including a 16-10 win over Northern Iowa, and losses to Iowa and Baylor, respectively. But the Cowboys are 6.5 underdogs, according to Caesar Sportbook, the second biggest margin by a top 10 team against an unranked team in the past 40 years. Damn, no respect. Uh, the Cowboys have won by slim margins each week and are the third 6-0 team in the AP poll history to average a margin of victory of 7 points or less. So they're definitely someone could beat them if they just get over that little hump. Um, Coach Gundy, he sees things in a positive perspective. He says, quote, I think it helps our team because we've done it. Unfortunately, pretty much every game we've been in this situation. Uh, so if we get into that situation, you would like to think that we wouldn't panic. We would make plays down the stretch. Uh, this game has as much greater meaning with the Texas's loss to the Cowboys this week. The winner of this game has the best chance, statistically speaking, to meet Oklahoma in the Big 12 title game. According to uh, FPI, OSU would have an 81% chance probability to make it to Arlington for that Big 12 game. Iowa, not that far behind. Okay, definitely far behind. They got about a 48% chance if they're able to win this game. So a little bit of some future implications here. Everyone, I guess, is guaranteed to see OU at the Big 12 title match. They just need to find out who's going to play against them. And this game could definitely determine who that might end up being. Uh, I don't want to go too much. Oregon, UCLA should be entertaining. Notre Dame, USC. That's a pretty storied rivalry matchup there. Um, I don't think USC is the same as we've seen in years past. Uh, so, not really concerned about that. A little bit of maybe uh, QB controversy in Georgia. So Georgia coach Kirby Smart said Thursday that the QB JT Daniels, he's healthy since the fourth game of the season, but that doesn't mean Smart is necessarily going to make a quarterback change. Now their seniors, Stetson Bennett, has started these past three games, and four of the six in which he's played. He leads the SEC quarterbacks in passing efficiency. Meanwhile, Daniels has been out with that sprain of his latissimus dorsi or lateral muscle after starting in that opener against Clemson, and then the South Carolina Vanderbilt games and the third and fourth weeks of the season. So the number one ranked Georgia, currently 7-0, has an open date this week, and then they go on to face rival Florida on October 31st in Jacksonville. That should be a pretty damn game. I mean, Florida's been kind of up and down the season, but they almost beat Alabama, so we could be seeing another upset there the following week on the 30th. Provided Daniels is healthy, Coach Smart said the Bulldogs would need both quarterbacks the rest of the way. Um, Bennett, he has passed 553 yards, five touchdowns, no interceptions in the past three starts. He's through for five touchdown passes, all in the first half in his first start of the season in the 56-7 win over UAB. Big whoop. Uh, Bennett has yet to attempt more than 21 passes in his four starts and is completing about 69.5% of them passes. So, long story short, even if uh, JT Daniels is 100% healthy, I mean, Stetson, he's got the hot hand right now. Why mess up a good thing? So, if there's two quarterbacks, he's going to try to utilize both of them. He's, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't because you disrupt the gameplay when you switch out one QB for another. You know, if your offense has got a bit of a rhythm going on, you end up disrupting that yourself. Um, but no, interesting to see what goes going on forward. And lastly, I just want to say North Carolina, the Tar Heels, not known so much for their football as much as their basketball. Well, guess what? They added a five-star offensive tackle in the name of Zach Rice to its 2022 class, incoming class this past Wednesday. In Rice, he chose the Tar Heels over his finalists that included Alabama, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Virginia. Now, aside from Virginia, those are three pretty damn household names in college football. He passed on all three of those to go to North Carolina. Excuse me. Now, what's so special about him? Well, he's 6'6", 285-pound tackle out of Liberty Christian Academy out of Lynchburg, Virginia. He is ranked about number 13 in the recruiting class. Uh, Now Rice, he's number three. He's the number three tackle in this class. He's the top recruit out of the state of Virginia. Uh, he's taken a bit of some visits to all of these schools on his list, but he chose North Carolina in the end. His commitment gives the Tar Heels at least one five-star commitment in each of these last three classes. Most recently, they had five-star defensive back Tony Grimes and defensive end Desmond Evans, who signed in 2020. Defensive end Kishwan Kashawn, excuse me, Silver back in 2021. And now this makes Rice for the 2022 pick. Uh, so it's a top 15 recruit. Zach Rice is now the highest ranked excuse me, in the class for North Carolina, ranked ahead of defensive tackle Travis Shaw, who was the number 20th recruit, previously been the highest ranked commit. Now, with Rice on board, Coach Mac Brown, formerly of my Texas Longhorns, legendary Coach Mac Brown and the staff have 9 ESPN ranked 30 commitments overall. So 9 dudes out of the top 100, top 300. I mean, obviously throughout these past few seasons, there's something that there's some appeal about that football program over there in North Carolina. I don't know if it's the coach Mac Brown or it's the whole atmosphere over there. I mean, this dude chose North Carolina over Alabama, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. Like, there's got to be some good reason why he was swayed during his trip. Uh, I mean, nothing illegal, obviously, but I thought that was pretty interesting to see such a high recruit choose a not so famous football school. I digress. That's all I had to say about college ball. Is there any other college football comments you want to say, Danny, before we move to the pros?
No. Just wanted to just reiterate again. College is just like, especially now with with the whole NIL thing. It's gonna be a kind of a different landscape. Hold on, sorry guys, just changing my lighting over here.
That's
It's
cool,
gonna be
man.
a different landscape now. I think where it's more of a we're still trying to define what a professional and a not professional person is, because amateurism is kind of, it's a little weird. Um, it's still embedded in, like, in college, right? So in college sports, so there, as they try to kind of figure out how they, people make money, how sponsorships kind of work, especially with like kids, because they can start all the way from high school. Um,
Hmm.
even middle school. I mean, why not? Like, especially that super big kid that, it's gonna be a beast in college, and later on. So I'm pretty interested. It's pretty interesting how the landscape is changing. Not just with like the realignment of the different conferences, but also just like in general, college football in general. So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited to see that, check it out, and see what happens. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go right into some gridiron news. Where we're already in gridiron news, but with some NFL week 7. Is it week 7 already? Dang.
It is week 7. Yeah, believe it or not, we're here. Um, we had some some decent matchups for this weekend. Not a lot of big ones. I know our Cowboys, they're going to be resting. Uh, so can't be relying on them or the Texans. Texans are playing, so might as well just not watch the game. No offense, Houston. You still got a couple of more years to get things correct. Although there's a rumor going around, we'll elaborate on that rumor shortly. Just to give a little update on things. Currently today, you got the Denver Broncos at Cleveland Cavaliers, the very battered Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, Cleveland Browns. Well, both the Cavaliers and the Browns are depleted, but a Baker Mayfield less Cleveland Browns, excuse me, they're currently right now playing. I don't know if there's a final score in there. I'll look that up shortly. You got the
Yeah, the
Sunday.
Browns won.
Believe it or not, the Browns won. Good for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
So here's a
So
list of games.
we're gonna do it on Fire 5, just like our top 5 games. Go for it. Just choose one. Or choose all 5, and then I'll just comment on them.
It's so hard because they're all very boring matchups for this weekend.
There you go. Even better.
Not a lot of good matchups there, man. Okay, my Fire 5 would go as following.
Well, we're gonna do just the Fire 5, so just do yours.
Yeah. These are my 5. Chiefs Titans,
Nice.
Bengals Ravens, Eagles Raiders, and Colts 49ers. And these games are so bad.
I was like, God, dude.
And shoot, I guess Packers Washington football team.
I think I'll go. So yeah, they're pretty bad. So the Chiefs Titans is pretty interesting. I think that just like more than anything, just because of the current woes that the Chiefs are kind of going through right now, right? With like the offensive line just being depleted, everyone getting hurt. I mean, you don't even know if Patrick Mahomes is 100%, so
Holmes.
It's gonna be very interesting, just like to see them like go against like a really or a little bit more stronger team. As the Titans, I think that for that one, I'll choose the Chiefs to win barely, 27-24. Yeah. So, what do you think about that one?
I guess you believe. I don't know.
I don't even know what the lines are, honestly.
No. You're calling the Chiefs to win, right?
Yeah.
I say Titans win, 24-16.
Oh, okay. Dang. Let's see. That's I'm not really. Oh, so it's 5. So plus 5. So I think
It's a close.
Yeah. So
close
the
margin.
Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs are favorites by 5 points. So dang. Okay, never mind. No, you know what? I'm gonna do 31-27. No. I'm gonna do 31-24. 31-24.
That's all right, man. Are we gonna like review these scores later anyway?
No, but I want to challenge myself to like be a little bit more specific
and explain why. Elaborate why. Well, you see, the Titans, they got an outdoor field, and the weatherman said the wind's gonna be from southwest at about 24 knots. So
that's what it lost. And he dropped the ball.
That's going to deliver a lot more oxygen to Derrick Henry's big ass lungs. He's going to be running over people.
Yeah, man, that guy's a beast. That guy's too powerful. All right, let's give me another. So we're talking about the other ones. Bengals Ravens is going to be really good. I think the Bengals are going to be a very big dark horse when it comes to the playoffs. Just because like. Dude, the Steelers are playing very good. The Browns are barely winning. I mean, they have no one. We literally just talked about it. And the Ravens
can't stay healthy.
Dude, the Ravens. I mean, and I think the Ravens are just gonna win out just because they have Lamar. Like literally, that's the only reason why. But I don't think that. I don't know. I just don't think that they're gonna really go far either. But I think they're gonna make the playoffs. So it's gonna be, I guess, kind of catch 22 for them because I'd rather get a good pick. But I think the Steelers. I don't know. The Steelers were actually showing us as contenders for Aaron Rodgers. Believe it or not, as frontrunners for Aaron Rodgers.
The Steelers?
Yeah.
Well, one old quarterback to another old quarterback.
I mean, I'd rather have Rodgers than Ben.
Roethlisberger. Well, yeah.
I mean, they were both old, but I'd still rather have Rodgers. Especially imagine with Juju and all of them.
I think Juju's been a little bit injured this season.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
there's a rumor in there, I guess.
Yeah,
some logic in that choice.
Eagles Ravens. Just I feel like any game with the Raiders. It's gonna be very interesting just because of everything going on. Unfortunately, they're just gonna have that rep. But I think that it's gonna be very. I think that Derek Carr is mature enough to pull reins and win out. This is still gonna be a pretty important game for Cowboys fans. Believe it or not. Eagles are still, I mean, they're all kind of, they're not really good, themselves.
We could have the Eagles lose more games.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, everyone's, Washington is number 2, and they're like, 2-4, and, Cowboys are 5-1. So, the Cowboys can, I think they're just going to win out, at the end, because, but it doesn't hurt, for the Eagles to lose a couple games here and there. And it's just gonna be good for the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders aren't doing too bad either. They're number 2 in the AFC West. I mean, we saw the Broncos lose today. The Chiefs have a chance to kind of start tying it up because they're it's 4-2 and the Chiefs are at 3-3. So it's gonna be very interesting that AFC West is pretty.
See if they could take advantage of a slumping Chiefs.
Yeah.
Who, in all aspects, I mean, everyone thought they'd probably be undefeated by this point, the Chiefs. But I don't know, something's wrong over there in that organization. But the Raiders can definitely capitalize on their slumpingness.
Yeah, I think the Raiders win. I don't know how much. Oh, I didn't do for the Bengals. Bengals Ravens. But I think for the Bengals Ravens, I'm gonna do like.
Just say who's gonna win.
No. 38-21. Damn, like that.
By a safety. Oh shit.
Oh, hey, having in the Super Bowl.
By a missed point after return to the house to give them 1 point.
No, do some crazy like 8-6. Like 8-6.
Okay. So damn.
Oh, like 8-6.
They tried.
He says, well, they did a 2-point conversion, and that's all they did. All right, and then the Colts 49ers. Yeah, it's pretty. These are pretty bad games. The thing about the 49ers, dude, is just I feel like they still don't have an identity. I don't know what they're kind of really trying to do, and I don't know where it is that they're gonna end up. They have the Cardinals. Cardinals are literally undefeated. They have the Rams. The Rams are like playing really damn good. I mean, the Seahawks are having a slump year.
Yeah, they are.
Russell Wilson is just, he's just not.
He's literally not playing.
Yeah, it's not that he's not
He's
playing.
out.
He's just
I think
hurt.
he's going to be out again this Monday when they face the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, so it's like that sucks. But I feel like the 49ers could have taken advantage of it. I don't think they will. They're just going to end up going back to the back of to the beginning of the draft again. And the Colts are doing pretty good with Wentz. I mean, Wentz is not bad. He's kind of having a quiet, if you will, re-emerging year. But I think he should be fine. I think it should be pretty interesting kind of for him to grow.
Didn't the Colts have like a tune-up game when they beat up on the Texans when they came to Indianapolis?
Yeah, I think
it's a tune-up game.
And the Colts, I mean, and they're gonna win their division. I mean, the Colts. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, they should. I mean, unless Derek Carr. I mean, unless Derek Henry has a something, ton of, you know. Well, oh well. Actually, Titans are 4-2. Oh, dang. Never mind, Colts. I thought they were like 3-3 or something. 4-2. No, they're 2-4. Damn, Titans are 4-2, dude. I think the Titans are. Oh wow. I mean,
they're quietly under the radar, man.
Yeah. So. But all right, cool. And then just which other one we're talking about?
I mean, you were left off on the Colts Niners.
Oh, Colts Niners.
I think it's foregone that the Niners might win or should win. Either just by how much we don't know.
The Colts, you mean?
I say the Niners are gonna win.
Oh, you think the Niners are gonna win? I think the Colts are gonna win.
Well, we'll see. They're playing at San Francisco.
Oh,
So
okay.
home crowd advantage, maybe.
Oh, okay. We'll see how like that plays out. Oh yeah, I hear that crowd.
Just funny. I got the receiver Samuel on my fantasy, so that's why I want the Niners to win.
Just let him go get garbage points. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then the last one that I think you said was Washington Packers. That's gonna be actually interesting. More than anything for again just for Cowboys fans, you know, because they obviously want an NFC East team to lose. But also just for the 49ers, I'm sorry, for the Packers themselves, just so like as they start picking up pace or really start racking up wins right before their bye, and as they start, you know, making getting ready for an actual playoff run. Aaron Rodgers did actually talk about how he felt that this year was very similar. So yeah, it feels very similar. Remember, you know, when I had a very good defense, when this and that, and essentially he was talking about when the time that he won that Super Bowl. So I mean, it was. I think that it's gonna have a chance to make a good run, but we'll see. You know. So what do you think?
I mean, I think the Packers are gonna win that game versus Washington. Just cause, I mean, who's really like who's the captain over there in that Washington squad? Is it the Heineke? Is he still the QB, or they replaced his ass already?
I don't know.
I don't have any confidence in Washington to pull an upset. But then again, stranger things have happened this season already, but I doubt it. Why? You know, Rogers. I think didn't they just acquire from the Houston Texans? Was it Merciless? The name? Oh no, not Merciless. Who did it on defense? They required some guy on defense.
Who?
The Packers acquired from the Texans.
I don't know about
he was on defense.
I know they got Jalen Smith.
Hold on, folks. We will get
from Randall Cobb.
No, not Randall. I mean, Randall Cobb, yes, but that was a very new acquisition that it just happened, not even like this past week, for their defense to bolster up some of their defense over there.
Oh, Kadar Holman, cornerback.
Cornerback, what? What's his name?
Cornerback Kadar Holman.
No, it's ex-Texans defensive end, Merciless. They got Whitney Merciless signing with the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay. But I don't know who that is.
Basically, he's a former Houston Texans edge rusher. He was there for like a good part of a decade. You know, pretty much one of the last holdouts of all their superstars that the Texans had at one time. You know, they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt, and Merciless he was one of the other guys on defense. Oh, Clowney, forget Clowney. That guy's clowning around in Cleveland now. But yeah, Merciless, he was definitely he showed his loyalty, but he found it like kind of the end of his career, or towards the twilight of his career. Might as well ride on the sunset on the Aaron Rodgers ship. So yes, with that new addition, I mean, even without him, they were still going to beat the hell up on Washington. But now with him and if he's clear to play, I mean, you can see a very different Packers team for the second half of the season. Definitely on the defensive end, that is. That's another reason why I say Washington's going to lose badly. Oh, no.
Oh no.
I don't know. By 3 touchdowns.
Ooh.
Fuck it.
Ah, there we go. That's not too bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. So
Yeah.
cool. Is that all 5 of yours?
Yeah. I mean, no. Well. Yeah. I mean, I was just like going off of yours and just kind of
Okay,
commenting on that. But it is getting late. We do need to start wrapping it up. I don't know if you want to talk about something or
Just some final thing I want to say. Now that I'm actually watching the baseball game, I think it's almost the foregone conclusion that the Dodgers are going to win this game and push it to a game 6 that would be held this Saturday, probably during the late afternoon, maybe early evening time slot, I'm guessing. I won't say with the score, but currently we're in the top of the ninth, and the Dodgers are definitely up by more than like 9 runs. So it's looking like Dodgers are winning tonight, and that's good. We get some more free baseball. Crack up with some cold beers.
There you go. There you go.
Especially after I said all the shitty college games that are going to happen. I mean, hopefully after we see UTSA beat up on Louisiana Tech, you flip the channel, bam, badass baseball. I mean, I'm going for the Braves in that series, but I'm hoping maybe they could push it to Game 7. That would be fucking exciting.
That would be.
But yeah, Dodgers look to win. Game 6 Saturday. That's all I gotta say. And Houston tomorrow. Gonna be watching that game. Root for the Houston Astros, bro.
No, y'all better all be watching that game.
Get them Crawford Box, very underrated beer, and associated with the Houston Astros.
Oh yeah, I actually had that. Like, I think like when you came over here.
That's some good beer, Crawford Bock.
It is actually not that bad. I kind of want to go to their brewery.
Nice.
All right, you ready?
Let's finish this, girl.
All right, and here we go. Oh yeah, you hear that siren now? You hear that siren now? An explosion. All right, guys, thank you so much for chilling with us today. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. Of course, y'all follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Go and check out our podcast coming soon on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Again, thank you to guys so much for our sponsors. Music provided by Studio 13th Day. This is Danny BMD signing off, saying later to everyone. Go ahead and follow your sports, share your takes, and let us be. DM us. Go ahead, Superfan Orange.
Thank you, Dan. I don't have a listen of the day, but promotional consideration brought to you by Devil Dog Detailing. If you want your car's interior looking brand new, these guys will work like a dog just for you. That's Devil Dog Detailing out there in San Antonio. Devil Dog! Remember, sports are great, but mean nothing without y'all, the fans. This is episode number 74. Until next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Mezzo Forte Sportz.
All right. Nice. Oh, I like that. Let's start doing that. It's a Forte.
Throw something at the camera.
Sports.
Face palm. Derrick Henry. No, Daddy, don't.
Dude, I was watching was it Beast Mode? Yeah, so I was running, I was watching or whatever, and gave him a little baby stiff arm. No, just a little baby stiff arm. No, dude, he didn't.
Grown ass man, stiff arm.
He grabbed him and just he threw him, dude. He threw him. He didn't block. He threw him. That was crazy, dude. That was crazy.
The baseball game ended, by the way, just now. 11-2. That's guaranteed game 6. But yeah, whatever. Couldn't see live score on there anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Aside from my interruptions, it was a good show.
Oh wait. I think we're still live. We're still live. All right. We're off now.
Nice.
Just kidding.